When we had last left Team Bald, they confronted Ketheric Thorm for one final battle, or for one final time, in the deepest reaches of Moonrise Towers, in the very pit and bowel of the Oubliette. It was there that they saw two other co-conspirators, each a representative of one of the Dead Three, with Ketheric taking up the mantle of Miracle. And it was there, in doing battle with him and freeing Dame Aelin once more, who, despite being an incredibly powerful being, seemed to just keep getting, imprisoned. They saw the manifestation of some sort of horrifying avatar of Merkel and had to do battle with it and Ketheric Thorm within the same twisted entity. Thankfully, they were able to prevail, and now it was time to hopefully stop the other two members of this vile cult and perhaps put an end to what the Absolute would bring. This is Baldur's Gate 3. Welcome back. There we go. Now, of course, we may have to do a lot of clerical work this time around, actually, right? Apologies, but we not only have a bunch of levels, but we have... Man, I didn't level, though. I need 14 XP to level. God, I'm just gonna kill Dame Aelin. Look, I'm so close to leveling up, and she's so close to dying. What if I just kill her to get that one level? Look, I'm missing out. I keep doing all these things, inspiring our party, right? They can't get enough of me. Me, however, I'm fucked. I'm fucked, man.
How much farther can I go?
Let's see. Dame Aelin, let's talk to you first, I guess. It's amazing you survived.
We fly at your word.
Oh, okay. Right. Sure. Well, maybe we should get the levels going on, huh?
Always sharp.
There we are. Probably should respec Shadowheart for real. All things considered. Oh, we got a cantrip. What the hell? Okay, sure. I guess we'll go with Produce Flame. Why not? Can prepare some more spells. I don't know, I'm quite happy with what we have. Right? I'm pretty pleased with it, I think. I mean, I guess I could remove Cure Wounds and take Guiding Bolt. That's not bad. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Divine Intervention. Oh, you can cast Divine Intervention to invoke your god's aid. Once used, this can never be used again. What? Ever? Divine Intervention. Call upon your deity in your moment of greatest need. Once they interfere, your deity will never do so in this manner again. Oh my god. What does this do? It does... I don't even know what it does. Well, that's... Okay. That is substantial, I guess. Alright. Wyll? Who really came in clutch when it came to freeing Dame Aelin, and then subsequently didn't really get to contribute much at all after he got knocked into a gigantic pit. Oh, he's got extra attack. Yeah, man. But it only works for an unarmed or weapon attack. Not for slinging a spell. Right? Or am I wrong? Or does a spell count as an unarmed attack? I don't think so. Entropic Ward. As a reaction, you can impose disadvantage on an attack roll against you. If the attack misses, you gain advantage on your next attack roll against your attacker for one turn. And you get a spell. What kind of spell? Hunger of Hadar. Oh, isn't this the really nice one? Yeah. Maybe I should have that. Yeah, that wasn't half bad when it was used against me. That said, it cannot be moved. That's the real issue there. Bestow a curse. Darkness. Witch bolt. I wonder if it's worthwhile to do... No, because Hex is... Yeah, we've got Hex. And that's concentration. And it... Like, Wyll is going to be one of the few people that synergizes really well with. Mirror image. I don't know. Maybe we go for a fighter level and see how it works. Right? I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Okay. And let's see. Karlach. Intimidating presence. Menace an enemy and instill a terrible fear within them. You can use maintain intimidating presence to prolong the target's fear. If it resists this effect, it can't be targeted again until it long rests. Oh. Maintain intimidating presence. It also counts as an action. And it's a wisdom save? Yeah, I don't know. For 2 turns of fear? I feel like that's a pretty bad way to apply fear. You know? Unless, like, the extra attack... Right? Can work. Maybe. I'll accept. Okay. Yeah, we're at the point where I'm very much considering, like, doing respecs and stuff like that. Right? Like, I think Karlach could benefit from being, like, part fighter. You know?
I've got a long road ahead.
Or even... Yeah, like Eldritch Knight. I think could work pretty well. Something to consider. Yeah, something to consider.
Never a dull moment.
As for myself, I don't know. I don't know. Do I want to keep down the bard path? I'm not sure. I feel like I definitely need to, like, consider changing around my spells more. Right? I feel like that's definitely something I ought to do. Okay. I could also get another class that scales, like, its casting with charisma, of which there are a few, right? Warlock, Paladin, and... Is it Paladin? Yeah, Paladin scales with charisma, right? What else? Oh, Sorcerer, right? Maybe Sorcerer would be the way to go, actually.
Very well.
Okay, let's check all these bods. Good. Let's actually get a short rest in real fast, just in case.
I put the wind back in my sails. Damn, it's good to be alive.
And let's have
Nice.
Karlach take all these thrown weapons back. Oh, you can kind of stand there, huh? Okay. Yeah, mind you, this doesn't say it's a chasm. Okay. Oh, can't reach. There we go. Can't quite get these, I guess. Can move them, though. Oh, no, we can't. Yep, eternally out of range. That's fine, though. They're just generic ones. Ketherick. Oh, whoops. I looted it as Karlach.
In death, the body is cooling, but energy radiates from the stone.
Remarkable. Truly.
And now the picture comes together. The Absolute is neither god nor man. It is the Elder Brain you saw, held here by those three against its will. The crown it wears controls it, and these stones control the crown.
Okay, hang on. Let's go back. I want to do this as me. Let's actually rewind that. I want to... Hang on. Sorry, Karlach. I want to do that. I actually want to be the one doing that. Okay. Amazingly, Karlach's dream visitor looks exactly like mine. Right? Weirdly enough. Who would have thought? It looks like the spitting image of my Baldur's Gate 2 character. And 1. Okay. Let's do this again.
And here I go.
And let's get the levels real fast. We didn't really do anything complicated. Okay. Good. And same. There we are. Keeping the fighter level. And we're good there. Okay. Cool.
Let's move.
Now, I will do a quick save right here real fast, and I'll loot Ketherick myself. Okay.
In death, the body is cooling, but energy radiates from the stone.
Remarkable. Truly. And now the picture comes together. The Absolute is neither god nor man. It is the Elder Brain you saw, held here by those three against its will. The crown it wears controls it, and these stones control the crown. It has been dominated. To master an Elder Brain, to subdue it. Our enemies are formidable.
How is it you're able to leave the astral prism now? What are these stones? I came here looking for a cure. I still haven't found one. Do you know who our enemies are? Ketherick transformed during the fight. What was that? How are you able to leave the astral prism now?
A temporary reprieve, but a welcome one. With a brain on its way to the city, its influence here is weakened.
What are these stones? I came here looking for a cure. And notice as well how our dream visitor talks about it being dominated, right? The Elder Brain you saw held here by those three against its will. What are these stones? Can we just talk about all these? Feels that way. What are these stones?
The crown's markings suggest it was forged in Netheril, an ancient empire whose mastery over magic rivaled that of the gods. It is a crown of domination. The stones were taken from its crest. They are nether stones, imbued with the ability to control the wearer of the crown. The crown's Netherese magic must be the true source of the parasite's abilities. This must be what elevates their potential. And it must be the reason nobody could heal you. If the crown can do this to the parasite, I dare not imagine what it is doing to the brain.
Do you know who our enemies are? God, I want to talk about both. We'll keep going down the list from the top. Do you know who our enemies are?
One of them I know,
Oh.
Lord Enver Gortash, an arms dealer and a slaver.
Oh, a slaver,
A
too.
worshipper of Bane, the god of tyranny. The other is a mystery to me, but the way she spoke, it is most likely she follows Bhaal, god of murder.
Yeah, she probably is Bhaalspawn,
Ketherick
if she's
was
the
a
Slayer.
follower of Merkel, which means the Absolute is a front for the gods of death, and our enemies are the chosen of the dead three.
Okay. Chosen of the Dead 3. What do we do now? What hope do we have if the gods themselves are involved? I didn't come here to fight gods. I just want my parasite removed. Chosen of the Dead 3?
Bane, Bhaal, and Merkel. The tyrant, the assassin, and the necromancer. They are known to pick from their most devout followers a chosen, granting them incredible powers. Each one alone would be a formidable enemy. But working together and controlling an elder brain, I dare not imagine what they might achieve.
Well, what do we do now? What hope do we have if the gods themselves are involved? Let's say that.
Hope is a luxury for those who have a choice. This is the battle of our lives, and the lives of everyone in Faerun. The army of the Absolute is marching on Baldur's Gate. Within the city, an elder brain, brimming with power, ready to turn everyone within its reach into mind flayers. All it needs is an order the Death God's chosen are on the cusp of giving. We must wrest control of the brain from the chosen before that happens. We must take their stones. Our chances of success are slim, but we must not fail. If we fail, everything ends. I will be your shield, but you must be the sword. And when the chance comes to strike, you must take it, for there may only be one chance.
Ooh, okay. Portal to the surface. I'm very curious about if we fail, you know? I assume, well, I don't know, given what I've heard, like, there's a shitload of endings for this game, right? Maybe there is one in which you fail, right? Where it's just, yep, whoops, everything's done, right? Maybe that's completely true. Don't tell me one way or the other. That's only for me to find out on a tired evening where I look up all endings to BG3 on Google or something. All right, and then I end up getting some stupid, like, AI response, and, like, 3 of them aren't even real. But I do wonder, given the scope of this, I assume that their conquest only begins here, right? Like the avatar of Merkel said, this is the beginning. Is this going to expand to other planes of existence, as was sort of alluded to in, like, plots about the grand design? And if so, couldn't it theoretically come to an end in another realm of existence, right? Like, wouldn't it be within the realm of possibility that someone else puts an end to their plans, right? Even if, like, the prime material, I think it's called, falls, isn't it totally and fully possible that somebody else, like, comes in and steps in, you know? Okay. Crumpled note. Let's read it. Papa, I love you. Love from Is. Oh, man. Must be written by a child. Wow. Okay. I'll take that. Ketheric's Warhammer. 1d4 psychic. 1d10. Right. Okay. Or 1d8 if it's wielded one-handed. This hammer's weight is centered on enchanted obsidian at the base of the head. Some nights before bed, Ketheric would sneak a way-faced glance at the hammer and think about the stone and wonder what unknown facet of his heart bore his weight. Do we have anyone who would wield a warhammer in such a way? I don't think so. A +1? Yeah, I don't know. It's good if you actually do use it for attacking. You know, because of the 1d4 psychic. That ain't bad. But we don't really, like, the only person we have who specializes in those types of attacks would be, like, Lae'zel, I suppose. Okay, I will send it to camp. Supplies, sending them to camp. Ketheric's shield. Okay, now we're talking. You gain a +1 bonus to spell save DC and spell attack rolls. Okay. Advantage on dex save throws and shield bash. In the Theater of Dreams, Ketheric killed his wife every night. That wasn't how things happened, but always, upon waking, he would glare into the dark, long-faced and solemn, and he would think, I keep you alive with my memories, beloved. I kill you with what I've become. Ooh, man. Yeah. He had a lot of second thoughts about all this. Yeah, man, oh man. And here's our epic, or our purple. Reaper's Embrace. 19 AC, good lord. All incoming damage is reduced by 2, magical plate. Reaper's Rigidity. When activated, you can't be moved against your will by any spell or action, but have disadvantage on dex saving throws. How do you activate it? Oh, it's a toggleable passive. Wow, can't be moved against your will by any spell or action. Huh. Disadvantage on stealth saving checks. Howl of the Dead. Let out a bone-chilling howl that numbs all nearby creatures. Heavy steel bones and teeth enclose the armor's chest and neck like a grotesque exoskeleton that both swallows and protects the wearer. That is really good. Can't be moved against your will by any spell or action. Yeah. That could also make for a very useful item if you're like... If a party member is wielding AoE spells and doesn't have like spell shaping or whatever it's called. You know? That's how a lot of them also deal damage. So you'd still... I would assume you would still incur damage, but you wouldn't incur being moved. That said, you know, if you were desperate enough, you could fling people off the edge of something. The 19 AC alone is very good, right? Let's send that to Shadowheart real quick. And the shield. Yeah, that is really nice. Should I get shield specialty? Maybe I should. Maybe I should have a shield. You know? 2 AC. And +1 to spell save DC and spell attack rolls. That ain't half bad. I'll take it. Yeah, maybe instead of dual wielding, I'll take on a shield. Right? That would help a lot, I bet. And Phalar Alluve is versatile. I mean, what else would I equip that in that place? You know, the epic staff that we have at camp? As nice as that is. Right? I think it's... And we'd have to look at them. Ketheric's Netherstone. This stone once belonged to Ketheric Thorm, and is one of 3 controllers of the Crown of Karsus. Oh, we have a name for it now, too. Okay. Let's see. How does this add up against her current shit? Oh, intense adamantine backlash. Recovering from receiving a terrible blow or hitting a strong metal has a -1 penalty to attack rolls for every turn remaining. Okay. Yeah, that is pretty nice. Would I rather have that and no crits, or not be able to be moved? Okay, what looks cooler on Shadowheart? Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Both are quite good. What is Howl of the Dead again? Let out a bone-chilling howl that numbs all nearby creatures. What does that do? Movement speed halved. Caster has advantage on attack rolls against the affected entity. Removed by help. On all attack rolls. Yeah. Or just weapon attacks. Weapon and unarmed attacks, I should say. I feel like this is better for her. You know? Yeah. I wonder if moved against your will also includes like charm and dominate effects. Right? Because in a sense, that's being moved against your will. Right? In a sense. Yeah. Okay, let's send that to camp. Her old one. Maybe Lae'zel will get that. Alright, sure. Okay. And then... Alright, all these.
Come on, let's go.
Try and get as many of these as we possibly can. Oh, not gonna happen. A lot of reading over there. Okay. A very similar looking teleportal kind of magic, right? Very familiar looking, I should say. Okay. I don't know if I can get any of these. There we go. I think last time we had 3 remaining, right? Check the Necromite. Good. Intellect Devourer. Here, let's do a quick save. I'll level up too.
Let's get going.
When do I get my next feat? Ooh, a lot of things going on for me. Okay. Got another cantrip. Any of them good? Minor Illusion, Dancing Lights. Blade Ward, Friends. I guess we'll do Minor Illusion. Skills change. You may customize your skill proficiencies in the list below. If you're proficient in a skill, you add a bonus to those skill checks, making you more likely to succeed. Oh, do I have more? I guess so. I guess I get even more now, thanks to being College of Lore. Okay. I mean, do I want Persuasion? I guess, just out of the interest of it giving me a discount, right? That's pretty useful. Do I want Insight or Investigation? What's highest? Well, Acrobatics is. I'll go with Insight, I think. Read people and situations, detect lies. Analyze clues, solve mysteries. Yeah, I feel like Insight is more in line with my former con man. Like, backstory. Okay, I get another spell here. Do I want a 5-1? I don't know. I don't know that I do. Stinking Cloud is pretty good. Oh boy. Too much good stuff, huh? Yeah, too much good stuff. Deal damage to a creature each turn. The type of damage changes to the last type the creature suffered. Which in some ways is also quite good. Yeah, I wonder about that. What else would be good for me? Stinking cloud. Man, I wonder if... Like, I bet you could get this to proc on Merkel, you know? On the avatar of Merkel. Yeah. I don't know. What should I get? I almost feel as though I should have something that is concentration, right? Because at present our main go-to concentration spell is the haste from our bow. God, and look at this. Magical Secrets is back. Holy hell. Yeah, we can get a lot of wild stuff. Yeah, geez Louise. Okay. Yeah, we could just have haste. We could just have it. Crusader's Mantle. Radiate a holy power that emboldens nearby allies. Their weapon attacks deal an additional 1-4 radiant. I wonder if that can be upcasted. You know? I think we have to get, like, Conjure Elemental or something. Either that or Guardian of Faith. Banishment, Ice Storm, which was also very good. Counterspell is good too. Ooh, man. Yeah, fuck me. A lot of good stuff. Good God, man. Close a door or container with a magical lock. It can no longer be lockpicked or opened with knock. Yeah, this is the one I was thinking of. This is a very situational ability. I think maybe we go with Conjure Elemental and Mass Healing Word, but at the same time, I think maybe we ought to respec, right? Because the Healing Warden or whatever it's called, that hasn't worked out too well, right? I don't think that's been that great. Okay, let's go down that road. And sort of the way I think of it is like, you know, if we're selling, to play into my character's backstory, if we were selling like the fucked up fake scrolls or whatever and we pretending that they actually worked, you know, how many times do you find a scroll of like summon an elemental, you know? People pay big money for that. Can apply a disease of our choice too. But that's a level 5 one. So maybe we should hold off on it. Right. Yeah, this might be good. This might be good. What I wonder is, like, should I even get Eldritch Blast on my character? I don't know. Or something similar. So many options. Okay. But what should we get here? For rank 5, I think I know what we want to do. Feel as if, like, blind has been shockingly good too. Thunderwave could be like a useful oh shit button in lieu of Misty Step or whatever, right? Let's see. Glyph of Warding has been good, but how good has it really been? You know? And in thinking about that, maybe I should get something else that does damage at range, you know? Or at least perform some kind of interesting control effect at range. The curse either bestows disadvantage on checks and saving throws or attacks, and lets you deal additional damage to the target, or robs it of its actions. Okay. For 10 turns. Yeah, I don't know. Phantasmal Force does sound very useful. But you can't swap targets. It's just damage to that one creature. Right? It doesn't mention, like, swap targets freely. You know, like Hex. Maybe we just hold on to Thunderwave, right? Maybe we get that. You know? Yeah, we'll hold on like this for the time being. Okay. I could even swap this out for something. Yeah, I need to swap that out if I'm gonna have Mass Healing Word be my AoE heal to proc our one effect. I do love the idea of that. Right, I really enjoy that. It's worked out great. Haste on the bow has been kind of amazing. What if we had haste, though? But that said, if we go with magical secrets, we'll probably get, like, animate dead or something like that, or call lightning or counterspell. Counterspell is pretty good, huh? Counterspell is pretty good. Even something like Crusader's Mantle would be useful. Their weapon attacks deal an additional 1 to 4 radiant. But that said, if we have a caster in our party, we immediately get, like, less value out of it. Yeah, something to really think about, right? And we could also do like something simple like Armor of Agathis or like a tier 1 spell. Right, like Magic Missile wouldn't be horrible. Just to fire off. Yeah, like, yeah, for real, Magic Missile wouldn't be terrible. Just guaranteed damage. Yeah, maybe. Because that would synergize pretty well with my character being more, like, support-orientated. Yeah, okay. Might be due for a respec in between videos, right? Fairly straightforward one. Okay. Let's see. Let's gather up the rest of this. Oh, can we grab this
I could go for a good
flying
meal.
axe? Nope.
What to
Okay.
do? Moving ahead.
Let's check over here. Another
No
necromite.
traps, please.
Let's add to wares. Take all that. Good. I'm guessing Dame Aelin pieced out through the portal. Yeah. Think so. Okay. Let's head down here. Oh. What the heck? Uh-oh. What the fuck? Here, I'm just gonna climb down here. Search the Mind Flayer. Hastening Spores. Oh. Send that to Karlach. Add that to wares.
Well, well, well.
Let's get the light hammer. Let's have Karlach jump up and we can loot these things. Necromites. There we are. Add to wares there. Good. Okay. Then let's go over this way. Good, we'll search these. Apologies as well in advance. We're rapidly approaching like the holidays and stuff. Right, New Year's, Christmas. I've got a birthday on the 30th. So anticipate coming up very shortly, maybe even the next video. Some shorter length ones, right? For about a week and a half or so. Because it's, you know, just that busy time of year. There we are. Won't make much of a difference if you're watching these after they've already come out, but hey. And the chance that you're one of the folks who are watching these as they come out. There you have it. Let's see, Necromite here. Good.
Yoink!
Taking all that. Let's see, let's split up. Send Karlach up again. Good. Very handy to just have someone who can jump like 5 miles into the air. Right? It's incredibly useful. Okay, over here. There we are. And I think we'll just climb down. The Aetherial Mesh. Okay. What are all these things?
Wish to live in more interesting times.
Amulet of the Absolute. These grisly trinkets started popping up with the rise of the cult of the Absolute. While the skull and triangle are made from cheap pewter, rumors suggest the red handprint is made exclusively with the with blood from ritual sacrifice. Oh, I think we read that before. Right? Okay, gonna add to wares. A silver knife, severed head. Good. Invasion plans for the Sword Coast. A map of the Sword Coast from the Sea of Moving Ice down to just north of including several of the nearer archipelagos in the Sea of Swords. We have been to in BG2. Okay, law reading. The Grand Design. Is this one that we had read before? I don't think so. Dictated to scribe Yanthus by Enver Gortash. The Grand Design is the Mind Flayer's species-wide ambition to return to the days of their conquering greatness through an act of sudden mass ceremorphosis, giving the Elder Brain, in overall command, an implacable army of Illithid slave warriors with which to defeat all their old enemies, human and humanoid, Githyanki and Ulitharid. What is an Ulitharid? Why does that sound familiar? Have I met one of those in BG2? Of course, this is delusional madness, megalomania on a cosmic scale, and I know just how to turn it to our purposes. We're going to help the Mind Flayers enact their grand design, but only in the way that suits us. The Illithid shall have their crusade to enslave, but they will be acting in turn as our slaves, and we shall determine the how, when, and where of their great Illithid outbreak. To be precise, I, Gortash, will determine these things, as commanding the grand design is clearly a Banite task. Okay. And since this is Baldur's Gate, I am assuming that Gortash is next in our docket to fucking kill, right? I'm assuming Bhaal will be, the representative of Bhaal is going to be our final one. And fitting because we've learned far more about Gortash already relative to the other one, whose name I've forgotten again. The Absolute End. Underneath this book concerning the cult of Orin. Underneath this book concerning the cult of the Absolute and the dangers it presents is scrawled a response to the text. This hastily written drivel is admittedly well-intentioned. Its author is clearly fizzing with fear of the Absolute. The problem is that they conflate the rise of the cult with other things, like the heat death of the universe, the resurrection of one-eyed Vecna the Lich, the proliferation of necromantic excess, and even the withering of some imported fruits from Chult. This person needs a glass of water and a lie down. So Vecna is dead. Okay. Well, you know, I guess such is the way of things. If you're some sort of, like, near godlike arch-lich or whatever Vecna is at this point. I'll take that. Let's see, some silver equipment. Good. Great.
La, la, la.
Yeah, my knowledge of Vecna really kind of like begins and ends at him being a playable character in Dead by Daylight. Okay, let's send a camp. Invitation to Lord Gortash. Or Tash. Lord Gortash, the Committee of Concerned Patriarchs would like to extend an invitation to a formal meeting at the High Hall to discuss plans, short and long term, for the economic livelihood of Baldur's Gate. Tuesday, the 12th, noon, a luncheon will be served. May we presume your attendance? Lord Rillen, Committee Chair. Okay, very fitting that one be some sort of nobility, right? Okay. Good. I wonder if Orin has any significant background other than, I assume based on what we heard, being the Slayer. Being Bhaal spawn. Send that to camp. Good. Anything else here? I think we got everything. No? I think so. Okay. I'm very curious if we'll be able to return back here with the brains and stuff that we've accumulated. Alrighty. Open over here. Anything else? No. Otherwise, that'll have to be something we do on our next playthrough. Let's do a quick save. When I have better foresight. Okay.
Looking
Let's go
ahead.
through this. You know, just in case we have some combat.
Awake and alert.
Portal to the surface. Good.
I've been thinking.
You saw Gortash, didn't you? What the fuck was he doing down there? Is all of this because of him? The tadpole, the absolute. How?
I don't know how this plot fits together yet, but we will stop him. It seems he's a servant of Bane, as Ketheric served Merkel. Who knows what powers he's gained since you knew him? We'll find out when we get to Baldur's Gate. Psh, shit, let's give her the information lowdown. It seems he's a servant of Bane, as Ketheric served Merkel. Who knows what powers he's gained since you knew him?
I'd never have protected a Baneite even a decade ago. I looked after that fucker with my life. I trusted him. He gave me away to Zariel without a second thought. And now he's looking to ruin the entire Sword Coast. He has to die. And I'm gonna be the one who kills him.
Oh, fuck. We'll do it together, whatever it takes. Careful, Karlach, you're burning up. Not if I kill him first. Right. I feel like saying, whoa, careful, is probably the last thing we should say, right? That's probably not terribly calming. You know, it's like, don't think about elephants. We'll do it together, whatever it takes.
He can't get away with what he's done. To me. To us. He won't get away with it.
Jesus, holy fuck.
Toss me back in the shadows.
You're one of us. No fist left behind.
I'm glad that's still the case.
Oh, it's art. Okay. Alright, Wyll, I'm sure you have a lot to say about all that went down.
It's been a long
Gods be damned. With that parasite in his brain, Father could wreak untold havoc in the Absolute's name. Should Baldur's Gate fall to the Absolute, every one of the coast cities will be ripe for the plucking. We're not just fighting for our cure. We're fighting for my father. We're fighting for the Gate. We're fighting for all of Faerun.
The Absolute's cult has Ravengard. Where will they take him? What do you know about Gortash and Orin? Mizora said you can say what led to your path in exile. It's time I know the whole truth. Go to camp and wait for me there. Leave. Where do you think they'll take him?
Worm's Rock Fortress.
Oh.
All travelers to Baldur's Gate flow through it. It serves as headquarters for the Flaming Fist and their commander, my father. The Absolute's army's on the march. Gods forbid a tadpole Grand Duke throw open the gates for them.
What do you know about Gortash and Orin? I'm guessing you probably also don't really know Orin, but Gortash?
Orin, I'd never heard tell of, but Gortash I know. Or know of, more precisely. A self-styled strategic advisor to Baldur's Gate's peers. A bit player with dreams of a leading role, the way Father told it. He had no use for Gortash, and even less for his advice. I don't remember much beyond that. But where these chosen are concerned, I have a suspicion we're about to know more than we'd like.
Mizora said you can say what led to your path in exile. It's time I know the whole truth. Oh. Did you hear about Will's new game? You know, Path of Exile? Did you hear about that? He's in there, you know? You can play as Will. Mizora said you can say what led to your pact and exile.
Yes, but first a question. If your home were under siege, what would you sacrifice to save it?
I'd give my life if it meant keeping the residents safe. I wouldn't give up my soul if that's what you're getting at. Place could burn to cinder for all I care. Let's just cut to the chase. I feel like that's very in character. I wouldn't give up my soul if that's what you're getting at.
It is. And I did. I was 17. Father, older Ravengard, had just been named a Grand Duke and was called away to Elturel to help settle a dispute. That's when the Cult of the Dragon made its move.
The Cult of the Dragon, a fractured religion. Some believers hold that undead dragons will inherit the world. Others worship the dragon goddess Tiamat and intend to summon her to Faerun.
What the fuck? There's always some fucking cult hell-bent on fucking everybody over, huh? Are there ever any cool cults, right, where they just want to chill and fucking have biscuits or whatever? The Cult of the Dragon had infiltrated Baldur's Gate? To what end? The Grand Duke left a mere boy in charge? That can't have gone well. Nod and let Will continue his story. The Cult of the Dragon had infiltrated Baldur's Gate. To what end?
To conjure the Dragon Queen and lay waste to Baldur's Gate. A 10-day after Father left, I heard a whisper as I slept. Duskhawk Hill. The Queen of Chaos awakens. Go alone. I grabbed a rapier and set out. There wasn't a cloud in the sky, yet not a single star was shining. There they were, gathered at the foot of the hill.
Your head tingles. Will wants to show you what happened.
Allow Will to share his memory with you. Use your words, Will. Leave my mind alone. Let's finish this tale later, all right? Okay, Will, I'll trust you.
In the looming shadow of the mount, 5 groups of 5 figures each encircle a lofty totem. Atop each totem, a dragon's head is carved, and a massive orb held in its mouth. The cultists chant, first softly, then crying to the starless sky. There is a crack of thunder, a gust of wind, and a dragon's white head appears in the storm. The first of Tiamat's 5 heads. As the maelstrom howls, Mizora's lips press to your ear. She will destroy Baldur's Gate. Grant me your soul and I will give you the power to save it, she whispers.
She read the terms while 2 devils stood witness, and I said yes. 1 soul for 1 city.
Surely Mizora doesn't care about Baldur's Gate. Why would she want to save it? A brave choice, and a frightening one. You took on 25 cultists on your own? I find that hard to believe. And what about your father, the Grand Duke? Leave. Surely Mizora doesn't care about Baldur's Gate. Why would she want to save it?
She didn't. She came on order of her mistress, Zariel.
She never stops. Does she? Not for a second.
Tiamat made a play for power. Zariel had other plans. That was the most Mizora's ever said. All that mattered was that she got her prize. Another pet added to her warlock menagerie.
Oh, whoops. I want to reread some of this. Tiamat made a play for power. Zariel had other plans. That's the most Mizora's ever said. All that mattered was that she got her prize. Interesting. Okay. I'm assuming this is neither here nor there, though. Information regarding Tiamat. sacrificing your soul to save the city was a brave thing to do. Can we say all of these? In the interest of perhaps not being able to say all of them, let's say this. Sacrificing your soul to save the city was a brave thing to do.
I don't know that it was brave. I just know that it was right. The moment I agreed, I burned with the fires of Avernus and oozed the rot of Dis. The cultists choked on our poisons and burned from our flames. And when we were done, all that remained were 5 greyed orbs atop a pile of ash. My soul was bound, and my lips were sealed.
Is that how you lost your eye? In the battle with the Cult of the Dragon?
It is. The one scar I ever bore of it. Mizora replaced it with a sending stone. She uses it to track my location and speak from a distance. I could flee to the spine of the world, or the depths of the lower dark, and still never shake her.
And what about your father, the Grand Duke?
He returned to an unsuspecting city and a wayward son with a smirking devil at his side. I tried to tell him the truth, but my mouth couldn't form the words. I'd led him to the battlefield, but Mizora had swept it clean. I showed him my stone eye, but he only turned away. After, he said only one word: go. So I did.
Man. All right. Well, we'll return to this subject later. I guess that's all we can say.
I understand.
Can we say anything else? Yeah. You must have been furious at your father for throwing you out of the city. I don't think he was. I think he himself felt some measure of shame in what he had done. Right? I think he's too empathic, right? He felt he understood where his father was coming from.
No, never.
Yeah.
He did the only thing he could. In his eyes, I invited a devil into our midst. I was a fool at best, a traitor at worst, and Grand Duke Ravengard suffers neither.
Right. Yeah. This is Will's whole thing. He's too kind for his own good. Do you miss your father? You're too charitable. If I were you, I'd never have forgiven him. I suppose I can't blame him. For all he knew, you'd sprout horns any second. If I were your father, I'd have killed you on the spot. He did you a favor by exiling you. Good Lord. Okay. It's not my place to say, right? It's right. It's not my place to make a judgment call and say, like, I'd have never forgiven him, or if I were your father, I'd have killed you, right? It's not my fucking business, you know? Do you miss your father? No, let's say this. I suppose I can't blame him. For all he knew, you'd sprout horns any second.
And I went and proved him right. A Grand Duke's duty is to his city, first and foremost. There would only ever be one outcome.
All right. Good talk. Horrible situation. All right.
Thanks for watching out for me.
Let's see.
Luck could have tossed me
Well,
back in the shadows.
shit. I suppose we'll call it here for now, right? When next we return... when next we return, seems like we got one hell of a debrief waiting for us here. Yeah, look, everybody, we gotta talk to everybody. We gotta go back to camp. We'll get in a respec somewhere in here, in between videos at some point or another.
Let us speak.
Oh, and look who else is here. Huh. Wow, okay. Yeah, we got a lot of talking to do. And like I said, very likely in the near future, if not the very next video here, probably have some shorter ones on account of the holidays and whatnot. Until next time, please take care of each other.